In the previous episode, Sapyu and his friends managed to break the seal beneath Arcanum Academy, unleashing a surge of violet energy. This energy reacted violently to the presence of someone who wielded pure magic, causing the barriers to crumble. The question is, what's behind the door? As the dust settles, they realize that the only thing left blocking their path is a large stone door set into the wall. In the center of the door is a mechanism that looks like some sort of keyhole. He understands that while his own power is immense, he lacks the experience and control to use it effectively. Sifu, on the other hand, is a master of his craft. He uses his staff with precision, countering the figure's attacks with ease, despite their best efforts. However, the figure proves to be relentless. It fights with an otherworldly ferocity, its attacks growing stronger with each passing moment. Soon, Sifu begins to tire. His movements become slower, his protective barrier faltering. The figure senses its advantage and presses its attack, forcing Sifu to the brink of his abilities. But in that moment of desperation, something within Sapyu snapped. The years of training, the struggles to control his power, the sacrifices made by his friends, all of it culminates in a single surge of energy. Without hesitation, Sapyu throws his hands forward, unleashing a torrent of magic. The cavern lights up, throwing long shadows that dance across the walls. The sheer power of the blast knocks the figure off balance, breaking through its defenses. The figure staggers, its form flickering as it struggles to regain its footing. In that moment of vulnerability, Sifu sees his opportunity. With a final burst of strength, he drives his staff deep into the ground. A surge of healing magic flows from him, mending the wounds that have been sapping his strength. The figure, weakened by Sapyu's attack, finds itself trapped. It writhes in frustration, its eyes burning with a mixture of anger and fear. Sifu, his voice echoing with power, confronts the figure. Your reign of darkness ends here. You will be sealed away once more. With a final, defiant roar, the figure dissolves into the darkness. As the light fades, the figure is gone. The cavern is silent, the only sound their ragged breaths. Runes carved into the floor begin to glow with an eerie violet light, tracing patterns that converge on the mechanism. The air crackles with energy as if the very essence of magic is being stirred awake. The stone door, which moments ago had seemed like a solid barrier, now shimmers, becoming translucent. It's almost as if the door doesn't want to hide what's behind it, but at the same time protect whatever lies within. The sight of the door rippling before them sends a shiver down their spines. They know that what lies beyond is powerful and potentially dangerous. With a final surge of energy, the door disappears entirely, leaving them in a vast cavern. The cavern is dimly lit by an otherworldly purple glow emanating from the walls. Strange symbols and sigils are carved into the rock, pulsing with arcane energy. In the center of the cavern is a massive crystal monolith that seems to be the source of the strange glow. The monolith is ornately carved with intricate patterns that resemble both celestial bodies and mythical creatures. At the top of the monolith, a single orb is suspended, rotating slowly as if powered by an unseen force. The air in the cavern is thick with a palpable sense of power. It's as if every step they take, every breath they draw, is infused with magic. As they approach the monolith, The orb at the top suddenly bursts into a brilliant violet light. The cavern echoes with the sound of shattering glass as the light spreads outward, illuminating every hidden crevice. The light intensifies until it's blinding, forcing them to shield their eyes. When the light subsides, they find themselves standing before a tall, imposing figure. The figure is cloaked in shadows, making it impossible to discern its form. But what little light that does touch it reveals a pair of glowing red eyes that seem to burn with an otherworldly fire. "Who are you?" Sapu asks cautiously, drawing his sword as the figure takes a step forward. The cloaked figure lets out a low, rumbling laugh that echoes around the cavern. "You are the catalyst," it said, its voice deep and resonant. "You have come to release me." The figure steps out of the shadows, revealing its true form. It's tall and gaunt, with skin that seems almost translucent, as if one could see the darkness swirling beneath the surface. Its eyes continue to burn with an ominous red glow. "I am the manifestation of the curse," it says, "and you, Sap, you, are the only one who can set me free." The figure raises its arms, tendrils of darkness reaching out like grasping claws. "Together, we will remake this world in shades of eternal night." Sifu steps in front of Sapu, his face grim. "You will not hurt him," he says, his voice filled with power. "You are the embodiment of the true shadow, the curse that was sealed long ago," Sifu says, his eyes narrowed. The figure laughs, a sound that chills them to the bone. "Indeed, I am the one you fear. And what will you do to stop me? Your pathetic light magic is no match for the power of the curse." Sifu doesn't respond. Instead, he makes a quick hand gesture, summoning a glowing shield that protects him and Sapu from the tendrils of darkness. "You talk a big game, old man," the figure taunts. "But your magic is weak. Why don't you let the young one try? After all, he is the source of the curse." Sifu shakes his head. "You misunderstand," he says. "Sap, you may wield the curse magic, but he is not controlled by it. He has chosen to use his powers for good, and you, my friend, will pay the price." As the figure lunges, tendrils lashing out like whips, Sifu remains calm. He counters each attack with precise movements of his staff, weaving a protective barrier between them. The cavern echoes with the clash of magic, the very foundations of the world trembling with each impact. The only difference is that instead of a key, it seems to want something else. As if sensing Sapu's confusion, Sifu steps forward and places his hand on the mechanism. His brow furrows in concentration as he tries to decipher its purpose. "This is no ordinary lock," he says, his voice grave. "It reacts to magic. Somehow it's waiting for someone with a strong connection to the curse." Sapu takes a deep breath, trying to calm the turmoil within him. He knows that he is the one who fits the description, but he hesitates to step forward, the weight of his destiny pressing down on him. "Are you sure?" Sapu asks, his voice barely a whisper. "There has to be another way." Sifu turns to him, his gaze unwavering. "This is the only way, Sapu. You have come too far to turn back now. It's time for you to embrace your destiny." Sapu closes his eyes, drawing strength from his friends. When he opens them again, they're filled with determination. He steps forward, bracing himself for whatever awaits beyond the door. The moment Sapu's fingers touch the mechanism, the room erupts in activity. Throughout the battle, Sapu watches intently, learning from Sifu's movement.